Episode 19, Behind the Gate, Greensboro based. We've got Troy Santolla. I started saying dollar because that's how I was going to. Anyway, so we got Troy Santolla, a.k.a. Squidward. Y'all probably know him from 107.5. The musical genius is in the house.
Oh, wow.
Greensboro based. We're going to learn a bit more about his story today. Might get a freestyle. Might say some stupid shit. Who knows? But Troy, thanks for being here, bud. Love meeting with local musicians. I'm a huge music guy myself. So Greensboro, let's start there. Tell us kind of about how you grew up here, some experiences, and kind of where that took you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, thank you all for organizing this and having me on, man. I think the Greensboro music scene is very underappreciated, and there's very a high ceiling for the music scene in Greensboro, and I think the sky's the limit with it. So really want to making music, being in Greensboro. That's part of the goal, is to get Greensboro more on the map. And like with what you guys are doing, it's dope. And doing a podcast, shedding light for Greensboro artists. But yeah, so I grew up in Colfax, North Carolina. Colfax, that's what they say. Colfax. It's a little town between Kernersville and Greensboro. Grew up there. Born in 96. Today's my birthday, by the way. It's my birthday. Oh, shit.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's my fucking birthday. So this is a great
How old?
29. Still a young man in his prime in his 20s. Nowhere near his 30s. Still my prime.
The hangovers hit a little different now, don't they?
They do, bro. Yeah, God.
25 is that number. Wait till you get to that next year.
Yeah, I ain't looking forward to
48-hour hangovers are real.
Gosh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Continue.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I was born in Colfax, went to Colfax Elementary in Colfax, went to Northwest Guilford graduated from Northwest Guilford High in 2014. And when I said all my life I kind of wrote music, I would like little poems and stuff, and in high school, like my friends and I would like mess around with like little recording apps and kind of do little like make little half-ass songs for shits and giggles, and that's when I kind of started. But it wasn't until my my junior year going into senior year in high school, that summer. So my summer going into senior year, started dabbling with some drugs and narcotics, if you will. And
allegedly. And so I was a PK. I was a pastor's kid growing up. Shouts out Pastor Mandy. She preached at a church in Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. And anyways, I was I was a typical PK, typical pastor's kid. You ever go to Libby Hill up that way?
Oh, Libby Hill? Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's R.I.P. to Libby Hill, man. Yeah. They had some great fish, dog.
My family owned that.
No way.
My cousins, the Mitchells.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, there was one time I left and I brought all my Pokemon cards. And I had multiple like holographic Charizards. I think it worth thousands now. And I left it at Libby Hill. And then we cried and floored it back to go to the booth to see if my Pokemon cards were there. And some little kid was sitting in the booth and they said they didn't see no Pokemon cards. But I know his ass stole my Pokemon cards.
Well, funny story. I actually was given some Pokemon cards. I'm just kidding.
That's it. I'm leaving.
My Uncle John, my first cousin, just called me one day. He was like, I got these Pokemon cards.
When I think of Libby Hill, that's what I can't help but think of that traumatizing time. But yeah, so I was a typical PK pastor's kid. And so I was very sheltered to gospel music, and country was the only thing my mother really let me listen to. If I was in the car with my dad alone, he would put on some Motley Crue or some AC/DC. So it wasn't until I guess it was middle school, when I heard my first rap song, right? It was VH1 Wake Up Morning music videos. And at this time, the school bus got there after my parents left for work. Elementary school got there before. So my brother and I had like maybe an hour alone. And then I discovered rap. And
what was that first music video?
The first song was called Doughboy by 3 6 Mafia. And dope boy fresh. Yeah, now let me hear you say. I was enthralled. I fell in love. I was like, what is this sorcery? What is this beautiful sound these 808s, these drums, these spinner rims. What is this? You know, it smacked me in the face, but I fell in love with rap immediately. So I think my mom's goal of like keeping bad music out of my life kind of did a complete 180. And so yeah, I was the typical pastor's kid, and I know I'm kind of ranting, but it all comes back around. So I started smoking weed in high school, and my mom lost her top. Like she thought, I mean, she never smoked weed in her life, so like that was a big shock to her. She was distraught, and so they started drug testing me, right? And she started drug testing me every week, and then I realized it's the little piss test from Walmart, and I realized I just got sober for like a month or two. And I realized that these Walmart drug tests, the temperature of the piss didn't matter. So I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the bathroom, drink a bunch of water because I've been sober for a month, piss in a bunch of water bottles, hide it under my sink where my mom makes me do these drug tests at, and then I can start smoking weed again, you know? And I was just smoking weed. I was an innocent man smoking weed, you know? Innocent as could be. And there was a time period where I bought Xanax for my first time. Hadn't tried it yet, but I bought some Xanax, right? And so I go home, and then for some reason that day, my mom decides to clean the house. My brother and I clean the whole house. There'd be times when my brother and I were little, we'd be crying, being like, Mom, you only had us because you want us to clean the house. So for some reason, my mom decides to clean my bathroom, and of course she goes under the sink, and she finds all my piss, and she finds it. She's like, what's all this? And I'm like, oh, gosh. And she's like, take this drug test. And I'm like, damn it. So I knew I was screwed. And then, so I hadn't even tried the Xanax I bought yet. So, like, my mom finds all this fake piss. Like, I take a drug test, you know, fell for smoking weed. And then that night, I had my Xanax in this little North Face fleece. And then she puts it on. I don't know why she puts my fleece. She has this little black sweater she puts on all the time, but she chose my fleece that night, and she put it on. And the same night, she found a little Xanax in my pocket, right? And so at this point, she thinks I am an addict of all addicts. You know, I'm at the point of no return. And so the following weekend, so she grounded me. The following weekend, I tried fake LSD. It was called, they call them RCs, research chemicals. They said it was LSD. Wasn't LSD, just some bullshit they made in a little, I guess, basement. But I lost my mind. I had, like, I OD'd on it. Like, I lost my mind one night. Like, they had to call the ambulance. I went into cardiac arrest. My heart actually stopped for a few seconds. And I had a very out-of-body experience, a near-death experience. And in that moment right there was when I kind of had a bunch of epiphanies that all these little poems I've been writing my whole life, all this music I've been kind of half-ass recording for shits and giggles, like making music was a dream of mine, but I had the typical mindset that, you know, this is just, it's not going to be me. Like, I'm just an average person. Like, I can never be that star that, you know, I see on TV. I can never be me. But I had all these epiphanies kind of like through this near-death experience, and I kind of realized when I kind of came to and was blessed to see another day on earth, I was like, shit, like, I got these passions that I have, and these little intuitions that I feel, these little whispers in your conscious, if you want to saying, you know, make music. I need to listen to this, and I need to hit the ground running and try to, you know, chase my dreams. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And not to interject for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not to play, you know, poke fun at the dreams, but rewinding a little bit. Did any of those whispers in the ear say, like, man, if I could go back to when my mom found my piss, like, and make up a better story, like, oh, Mom, I just saved that because, like, my girlfriend likes to be peed on, or, you know what I mean? Like, was there a better story that you could have come up with, or
you mean as far as a story as to cover up the fake piss?
Yeah, was there a cover story for the fake piss?
Oh no,
you were just caught. Like,
I was like, oh, I'm caught. I mean, obviously, when she first found out, like, my brain was racing, but. Like, even today, I don't know what I'd say.
Pissgate 2010.
Yeah, Pissgate. Yeah, I was caught red-handed. There was no denying piss. Yeah.
Anyway, back to your more serious part about your dreams.
yeah. So I know it's kind of going on a tangent, but
no, you're good, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, when I came to, I was in the hospital for like a day and a half, and when I came home, I was like in this fog. I was like just sleeping for like another 24 hours, and then when I came to, my parents were like, "All right, you're going to the wilderness rehab." And I was like, wilderness rehab? And so they sent me to Seuss of the Carolinas. It's closed down now for like people complaining for how bad it was. But like SUWS, and it's in the Pigs of National Rainforest in like North Carolina, Virginia area. I wasn't allowed to know where I was at exactly, but it was the Pigs of National Rainforest. And so I was in the summer I was in the woods for a whole summer. And, I'm learning how to like strike fires. I'm learning how to make traps. I'm learning how to, filter water. Like if all of us in this room were to crash land in a national rainforest, we would have like a 10% chance of living because might be able to get us through and get a fire started. If we can get a fire started with a quartz rock, we golden. That's all we need.
Okay.
2 quartz rocks. If you're ever stranded in the woods and you need to survive, find quartz rocks as they can make sparks, and then you can go from there.
Okay.
But while in the woods, man, like, so our typical day routine, we wake up, hike like 8, 9, 10 miles, find a new campsite, sit there, try to learn how to strike fire, do whatever, learn survival skills. But as you can imagine, there is a lot of self-reflection during those times. A lot of sitting there, and I'll never forget, it was a national rainforest. So to this day, fuck rain. I hate rain. If I'm inside and I'm sleeping, cool. But if I'm even outside and get a little droplet on me, I hate it. Because I was in the woods in a rainforest for the whole summer. I'm sleeping in a tent with like 10 men. We're not showering. We haven't showered for a whole summer. It's raining. We're getting soaked every day. You're just constantly, it's moldy as hell and that stuff. Your clothes are, disgusting. The foulest smells I've ever smelled in my life. Like we're inside that tent.
Yeah.
And whenever rain came, it was just a feeling of just dread. And I'll never forget the first time. It was the first big thunderstorm. And so when the thunderstorms came, it was a safety. When there was lightning, for safety, the counselors, we would all have to get at least like 10 or 20 yards apart. We had these little rubber mats, and we have to sit and squat on your rubber mat, or you can try to sit down, but you got to be sitting like this because none of your body can be touching the ground in case lightning strikes. Okay. That little rubber pad's supposed to stop. But it was the first, like my second week being there, and that happens. It's a thunderstorm, lightning storm, and we sit there for at least an hour and just in this crouched down position. We got little rain jackets on, but it's not stopping anything. And just sat there for an hour, and I'm like, how did I get here? Like, what decisions and what steps did I make to get me to this moment? I was like, I got to take some accountability and realize, like, what the fuck have I been doing? Why am I here? What mistakes did I make? What could I have done differently? But I kind of had that epiphany in that moment. I was like, okay, clearly everything, the reason I'm here is because every step I took got me here. Yeah. Every step I took. But I just realized every step I was taking I was just blindly walking. There was no premeditation to every step. I was just going throughout life, bebopping, kind of moving chaotically. But I realized, I was like, whoa, okay, these steps got me here. So just like these chaotic steps got me to this moment, if I, premeditate and have motivation and inspiration behind every step, I can control where I end up, because I got to here just from blindly walking, but maybe instead of stepping this way, making that decision, I could have gone to the right and not end up where I was at. So I just realized that you can create your own reality. And like I created my own reality in that moment from being a dumbass. And then I realized, okay, if I want life to get better and just these dreams I'm having in my head, these aspirations I want to achieve, like making steps to get there is just as realistic as making to get steps to where I was. Yeah. And so when I came back, I wrote a lot in the woods, and I came back and I was like, you know what? When I come back from the woods back to society, I'm going to look on the internet, find the most trending topic, and then make a song about it. And so that's what I did. So I came back, and then that was my senior year in high school. I was looking on social media a lot, and I realized that everything on my Explore page and Twitter, Instagram, always these funny clips. I always saw sorority stuff, sororities, fraternities, guys doing stupid stuff, sorority girls doing stupid stuff, whatever. And it was always viral videos. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till I get to school, college, and I'm gonna join a fraternity. I'm gonna make a song about it. Okay. And so it was my freshman year. I joined the Kappa Sigma fraternity at Appalachian State, and and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I booked my first studio time in a professional studio. I had recorded shit on my phone, but never had recorded an actual song in a legit studio. So it was the first song I recorded. It was called Frat Rap. It was pretty much just talking about partying as a Appalachian State Kappa Sigma, I guess, brother. And I recorded it and I just showed it. We were just playing it at our like parties and stuff at the time, and I just put it on my SoundCloud. And up to this point, my SoundCloud had got like, you know, just from like local friends, maybe 1,000 hits on one song was the most many of my SoundCloud songs have gotten. And so I put it on my SoundCloud, and then I'll never forget, I was coming home from the gym one night, sophomore year, and like my phone just starts buzzing. It was vibrating. And long story short, Total Frat Movement, this I think they might be with Barstool. I'm not sure if they are or not. But Total Frat Movement was a big social media platform that just posted Greek life stuff. Mm-hmm. And they posted an article to Frat Rap. And so like my phone was jumping so for about 2 months, I was getting maybe 5,000 hits a week on the song. And I was when that happened, all the epiphanies I had in the woods, all these realizations, it was almost like confirmation. You should yes, this shit is possible. You can do it. Anyone can do it. It was reassurance.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was I felt like I was gonna be like J. Cole. This is it. My start is now. I'm about to blow up. This is about to be huge. And so I recorded this whole mixtape, my first mixtape, The Genesis, and posted it on Spinrilla and all the SoundCloud, all the mixtape websites. And I was like, this is going to be the one. And then, it flopped compared to, the Frat Rap. But that was although Frat Rap, I would say to this day, when I listen to it, it was one of my least enjoyable songs to listen to. I just think just because I've progressed and I kind of just make better music now. But I will say I'll always be grateful for Frat Rap because it was the one song that kind of I felt like was God smacking me, or the universe smacking me in the face, being like, yeah, these dreams you have are achievable, they're realistic, and you can do it, but you're just gonna have to work for it. So
for that song kind of being the jumping point, what platforms is that on now, and does it still trend some? How many listens or or plays?
Yeah, so till this day, I'm pretty sure so it's on all streaming platforms. It's just my name. You type in Frat Rap, it's on anywhere you get music. But I think till this day, it's my most streamed song on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff, just because in that one, I guess a year, it had a big spike of streams. I'll never forget it too. It was I think it was my senior year. So 2 years after I posted the song, I got a random Twitter message request, and I opened it, and it was this dude, and he was like, "Yo, man, I want to let you know, I'm a brother from the University of Miami, and we were in spring break in Cancun this weekend, and we were at a club in Cancun, and the DJ played Frat Rap, and we lost our mind." And I was like, "Holy fuck!" I was like, "My song is being played in another country in a club." I was like, "Yo,
that's sick, dude."
Yeah, I was like, "This is." I was like, a more confirmation just to keep going, and yeah, so it still is probably, yeah, I think to this day, and my most viewed. I wouldn't say that it's I have more my more recent songs are obviously getting more attention now, but when it comes to the total amount of streams, yeah, Frat Rap still has the most. So still trying to dethrone Frat Rap, but hopefully Bob
you're
Ross
going back to it man, my new music's better, but people keep going back to Frat Rap.
Yeah. No, it can be a little frustrating, but.
Now, you said something a while back that kind of made me think about different time frames. I remember 3-6. Come on, when I was in high school, I had the 15 in the back, and
oh yeah,
Little John was just coming out popular, the East Side Boys. But you put 3-6 on, and it was just you couldn't hear shit they were saying because there was so much bass. But it was anyway, it was just different. So when I was coming up, my mom was country, my dad was Led Zeppelin, similar stuff. And then I remember my brother was 2.5 years older than me, and he got into punk and ska. So of course I wanted to listen to the stuff my brother did.
Yeah.
So the first album I ever bought was still on cassette, and it was Green Day Dookie. And I was in elementary school, yeah, he said shit, masturbation, woo.
Yeah.
So I love that, but I remember CDs came out, and I had, my favorite radio station at the time was 102 Jams. DMX had just dropped Stop Being Greedy. Master P had just dropped Make 'Em Say
Oh, man.
So the first time
lineup.
my mom takes me to this, the CD store that was at Friendly Center to get some CDs and a little Walkman, my first 3 CDs I ever bought were Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
I think that's my mom's favorite artist.
Master P, Ghetto Dope, and DMX. It's hot and it's
Dude, yeah.
hell and whatever. So
That's the beauty of music.
That was my
Diverse.
playlist.
Yeah,
It's like, isn't it ironic? So that's cool. Like the 3-6 came out because that's when I got into hip hop, and then it was like for that point of my life, middle school and high school.
Yeah,
I listened to hip hop, and now like emo music is my favorite music, but I still listen to a lot of older hip hop. So it's, I can resonate with the 3-6 moment.
Yeah, and like going back to the CDs, reminds me my first CD player. It was a birthday gift. Got a CD player, and at that time I was a huge John Cena fan. I got the spinner belt, and then John Cena had just dropped his first album, and I was begging my mom all year. I was like, Mom, I just want a CD player and a John Cena CD. And she was like, I don't know, maybe. So birthday comes, open the first gift, CD player. Clearly the second gift is a little square. Clearly a CD wrapped up. I'm like, this is it. I'm about to get John Cena's CD. I opened it. That year was the year Carrie Underwood won American Idol. And I was rooting for Carrie Underwood. So I opened this CD, and it's Carrie Underwood's American Idol first album that has the 2 songs on it. And I have never had to fight off tears more in my life getting a birthday present because I was so sad I didn't get John Cena's CD and I got Carrie Underwood. But Carrie, I love you. I still have the CD, and so it's a timeless classic. Yeah, Carrie's amazing. Yeah,
one of my grandfather's favorite songs was "How Great Thou Art," and she did a live version with Vince Gill that you can watch on YouTube, and still like. Again, not my favorite type of music, not my favorite song, but I came across it one day and watched it. And it was one of those like live performances that if you have any appreciation for music, gives you chills because the talent in her voice and then Vince Gill just making a guitar talk. If you haven't watched it, How Great Thou Art,
I definitely,
Vince Gill.
Yeah,
it's good shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to you, my friend. So we're at App State. We've had some success. We've had some flops trying to follow that success up, but it's still kind of pushing you towards your dream. Do you feel like mentally you took a step back there, or did you get more hungry to get out there and make more music?
Oh yeah, I say it definitely just made me more hungry, hungry, and it's just like okay, like I dropped one that got some attention. I was like, let me find the next one, and it's like every song I recorded, even almost to this day, every song I record. There's some intention behind it to potentially be a viral song, whether it's the story behind the song. Like I have a song called Sugar Mama Rollie about a sugar mama who bought me a Rolex. I dropped a song called Bob Ross where I'm wearing the Bob Ross outfit and costume. I have like songs about, I made a song called Saturdays Are For The Boys when that was a big trending thing. So like every song even to this point, like I make with the full intentions that, this is the one, like, this is what's gonna get us out the hood. This is gonna be the one,
Yeah.
And that's like my intention behind every song. And then if it's a song, and if it doesn't, when I drop that song, if it's not the one, it's like, all right, back to the drawing board. It's not like it's a failure. It's just like, okay, this tactic doesn't get me to, it doesn't take me from point A to point B. So maybe I need to try this tactic instead. Yeah. So that's how I view it. And at the end of the day, I love to make music, so it's just fun. And if anything, it's a win-win, chasing the dream, and then
are you rocking? Is that the Rollie right there? Are you rocking it right now?
No, so I don't. Not everyone knows this. So the Sugar Mama Rollie story, the video, that Rolex on my wrist was from Shipman Jewelers, and I had to give it back to him from the video because not gonna say her name, but Sugar Mama, she wanted me. She bought it, but she wanted me to move in with her. She lived in Charlotte. She wanted me to move in with her in order to meet for me to have the watch. And that's when I realized I was getting in a little too deep. And I realized that I'll never forget the one day. It was the last day I hung out with her. So we hung out for almost a whole summer. for like, we started hanging out right when 2020 started, right before the bars got closed. So we were pretty much every weekend I would get off work and she'd hit me up, say to come down, and I would come stay with her in Charlotte. We hang out, drink, smoke, do the dirty deed, and I had nothing else. It was 2020. We had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But she kept saying that she was going to give me this Rolex and kept dangling it, and pretty much using it as a carrot to get me to come back. But the last day when I realized I need to cut her off was so they had a rooftop pool. So she lived across from Luke Kuechly and she lived in the same. Her Bill Simzik, the producer for the Eagles, was her neighbor in the building she lived in, and so they had a rooftop pool. But she had a very, very nice condo. And so there was a room, she had a refrigerated room, maybe like half the size of this one. And it was just all refrigerated glass. And so you had all these beers, different drinks, whatever. And so we were going up to the pool one day, and in the back right is the ice maker. And so I'm like walking by, I'm like, you ready? You ready to go up? And she doesn't hear me. I'm at the entrance of the refrigerated room, and she's in the corner, and I hear she's putting ice in the cooler. I'm like, you ready? She doesn't hear me, and I hear her muttering to herself. She's like, I just want to fucking kill him. I want to rip his face off. I just want to puke in his mouth. I want to fucking kill him. And I was like,
puke in his mouth.
I realized she was talking about her ex-husband. She would vent to me a lot about him, and I'm pretty positive she was talking about him. But once I realized she was trying to get me to move in with her, and she was saying those things, I was like, Rolex ain't worth it. I'd rather live, you know. So that inspired Sugar Mama Rolly.
Puke in the mouth, Rolex.
Maybe that's maybe I kind of like that, you know. A little drippy in the mouth.
You're talking about going viral. I tell you what, you make that video. Might not be the viral you're looking for.
Two Girls One Cup remix or some shit. Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
I did it all for the Rolex.
I did for the Rolex, man. It's used and it's $3,500, but at least I got it, man.
Your next single is Baby Bird.
Baby Bird. We baby bird these hoes, you know what I'm saying? We sick with it on the beat type shit, man. Call me Baby Bird the way I'm yakking on these hoes. We shitting on them too. On your forehead. Ain't it crazy how you can shit on a chicken head, man?
Made me think of that. Did you say chicken head?
Yeah, chicken head.
Who was that? Was that 3 6?
I think it was 3 6. Yeah, or I think it was just Project Pat. It was
Project Pat.
Yeah, Project Pat.
Yeah.
That's the first feature I paid for. My first feature I ever paid for was a Project Pat feat.
Project Pat. I love that.
Yeah.
What was that? That makes me think of Lil Wayne back in the day with the Hot Boys too. What was that? Give me a project chick, one that don't give. What was the name of that song?
Yeah,
it was on the Hot Boys album.
Like when they made Bling Bling and stuff?
It was before that.
Oh, okay. So that's before my time. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You talking about Walkmans and stuff. You a little before.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize this, but
Yeah.
everybody's heard Juvenile, right? Back that ass up.
Yeah.
But like Lil Wayne,
if you will.
Lil Wayne had some verses on that, and that's kind of where some of his verses on that album, I think it was called 400 Degrees, right? So some of his verses on that album when he was like 14, I'm not going to say some of the words, but they're still some of my favorites of him. And that's where a lot of like, he would drop the bling bling in some of his verses there. And then the drop it like it's hot was how he ended a verse on track. It was actually the track before back.
Oh yeah. Almost like not recycling per se, but kind of just reusing it.
And so that was kind of where that broke. And then years later, I hear those songs and like, that's his, the bling bling, and then the drop it like, and all. Anyway, so Lil Wayne, but he was in the group called Hot Boys too, which is a lot of the same guys.
Okay, yeah.
And one of my favorite songs by them was that was that song, but he has the last verse on that song, and it's still one of my favorite verses by him.
Yeah,
he kills it.
Yeah, and since we're on the topic of Wayne, like we need to give Wayne his flowers while he's here. So many artists pass away; they don't get their flowers while they're here. I hope the youngins nowadays, the kids in high school, middle schoolers, I hope one day they realize how great Wayne was. I don't think they truly recognize the chokehold that man had on the world at one point. Mm-hmm. The biggest artist in the world, not just like rap, like almost every genre. Young Money, he found Drake, he got us Nicki Minaj. Like Shouts out to Wayne, man. Shouts out to Wheezy. Shouts out to Fireman.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Another great song from high school. I mean, it's, and there was the longest time, you may know more about this than I do, but there was the longest time when he was like, what's that verse from Amelie? He's like, I don't write shit down because I ain't got time.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
write shit
he would just go in the booth and hit a blunt and just fucking go.
in freestyle.
Yeah, and go.
Yeah, mind-boggling, bro. Like,
And so, dude, anyway, I still think Lollipop was his worst song ever, even though it was one of his more commercially.
wow.
Wasn't
wow.
like-
I mean, I can't think of a Wayne song I don't like.
There was an emo band that covered that song called Framing Haley. They redid Lollipop. So, sorry,
That's more your cup of tea? Emo Lollipop? That's
Well,
cool.
dude, there's a lot of like punk rock screamo bands covering rap songs now and
Yeah.
doing pop songs and whatnot. So
I mean, I'm
now-
all for it.
I love it because it takes me back to my hip hop days when that's what I listened to a lot in middle school and high school. But now where like my music taste has taken me, it's like, oh man, this is cool. It's like a song I like from back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's the genre of music. Anyway, we're off topic. So App State, all that music.
Yeah.
Come back to Greensboro. Is that the next move with the radio station?
Yeah, so I graduated. I went to school for broadcasting, communications, and electronic media broadcasting. So was wanting to get into TV, maybe the TV news type realm or radio, and I didn't really know at the time. So I knew when I first graduated, I was just working full time at a tire shop doing tires and oil. But I was still making music. That was a dream. And then shouts out to my man Thomas motherfucking Marvin. You might know him as Hugs in this bitch, but that's his old name. This man's Thomas. Put some respect on a man's name. I heard him on the radio when he was working with 107.5 saying the Local Talent Tuesday. Saying, submit your music for Local Talent Tuesday, come in and perform. And I was like, oh shit, like maybe I can go perform one of my songs on 107.5 in Greensboro's top 40 radio station I've listened to my whole life. And, I was like, asked him, I guess emailed him, and then we exchanged numbers, and I was asking him, like, yo, can I rap? He's like, no, you can't do your own song, but you can do a cover. And I was like, I can't do anything because it's like rapping a cover is a little weird. And he was like, just get creative with it. So like the rules for local talent is you have to do a cover, kind of like an American Idol audition. So like if you rap, it's a little more difficult to do that because, it's different between singing someone's song and rapping someone's song because you can just memorize lyrics, right? So I was like, I'm going to get creative with it. And so I rapped Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. I had the original instrumental and I just rapped the lyrics and kind of adapted it and made the song kind of a rap. And did that, and then I was on my way out and leaving. I was halfway joking. I'm like, you guys hiring? And they're like, well, actually, yeah, in our promotions department, part-time, we're hiring. And so the promotions team is when like a radio station goes out to like a car dealership and they're like, come out here to the car dealership today because they have blah, blah, blah sale. And so I was like, that was my job. I would just go set up those tents and set up the equipment. And, at that point I was like, I'll do whatever I have to do to get my foot in the door at this radio station and get into the music industry. And so eventually I just maybe after half a year being there, maybe a year, I know Thomas went to Cali and started Me and My White Friend, the podcast. And so
if you haven't checked that out, check it out.
It is gas. Like, them boys got motion on fucking on TikTok. They got motion. And I remember when it irked me. It irked me. I'm not gonna mention no damn names, but it irked me when Thomas and Reggie went to Cali and did their thing, and then COVID hit. They're all like, look what happened. We knew it was gonna fly, bitch. It was 2020. What do you think's gonna happen? They obviously gotta stop making content for a little bit. But now they've bounced back and got more motion than any of your hoe asses on fucking any form of social media. So suck a dick and die. Me and my white friend in this bitch. Anyway, shouts out Thomas and Reggie, man. I ride for my people, man. If you're my people, I ride for you. If you're my people, I ride for you. I got love, and I'll always express that while I'm breathing on this earth, man. We spread love. We spread good energy. It's all we do, and make good music and make hits, get money, fuck these hoes, fuck what they talking about. Stand on business, 10 toes down at all time. It's so simple. It really is simple. It's simple. It's a code. It's a way of life to live.
Fuck you and die.
Yeah.
I love it.
If you ain't about it, man, get out the way. I mean, I don't want anyone to die. That's more of a metaphorical F you and die, and like F you suck a dick.
I mean, eat a dick for sure.
Yeah. I don't mean you. I don't want you to actually die. I just hope you stop being a hating ass bitch one day and wake up and realize that supporting people is way better than hating on anyone could ever be. And once you realize that when you support people, it actually feels a lot better than hating. Your life might be a little more happy. Yeah.
Which I feels, dog. Squidward.
Yes, sir.
Where'd the name come from? Switch gears a little bit.
Yeah. So they gave me the name Squidward because I have a big ass nose, and when I laugh, it kind of sounds like Squidward. And the Jared and Katie, so the morning show on 107.5 KZL is called Jared and Katie in the morning. Jared and Katie are the hosts. Shouts out to the dogs, and they gave me the nickname Squidward. And at first, I was like, man, fuck that. But I was like, you know what? I love SpongeBob. They thought about calling me Mini Gronk, like Mini Gronkowski. So that'd have been horrible because I'm a Dolphins fan. That'd have been miserable. So I was cool with Squidward. And at this point, like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Squid's, it's a cool little nickname. Yeah, so I embrace it. I rock with it. I dropped a song called Ballin' Like Squidward, all streaming platforms. Balling without the G, like Squidward. Again, that's another song I made that I was like, you know, SpongeBob is a big meme. He always has a bunch of viral memes, little clips, snippets. Maybe a song called Ballin' Like Squidward will still, you know, catch attention. I still feel like Ballin' Like Squidward could be the one, you know.
You just never know.
Never know. Because, I mean, like, I know what, I think it's Poker Face with Lady Gaga. Like, she recorded that. It was like 4 years before it blew up and got famous.
Yeah.
I know Fetty Wap with, Trap Queen. He recorded it. Took him like 5-6 years before it popped off. So, I don't know. I feel like every song I've ever made has that potential. And I like
I mean, you never know. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of people's first albums that, you know, when they do pop off, and whether it's from a mixtape or, you know, like a Lady Gaga doing a lot, you know, she killed the bar. I think she, like, the local scene. I know she's weird on some levels, but I think she's an incredible artist.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And, but I feel like a lot of people's first albums, it's always, like, I've been making music for 12 years. Mm-hmm. What's been my best 10 songs or 12 songs in that 12-year span? So if you've been following that person for a long time, you know, you may get that. Like, I dropped this 6 years ago, and somebody else is like, what's the first time I'm hearing it? This is great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. My bad.
Yeah. But I mean, going off of that, it's almost like sometimes, like, I'm sure you have experience too. You make a song and then you hear it so many times and, like, you almost are sick of it. And then when you see someone hear it for the first time, you see them react and you're like, oh, wait, like, I forgot I liked this song at one point too. Yeah. And you kind of got to, I mean, I think kind of comes back to, or not comes back to, but I know off camera, we were talking about how, you know, we need to make more content and post more content and stuff like that. And I feel like that just kind of goes hand in hand. Like, the more music I'm making, the more putting out, the more likelihood of something, you know, popping off and getting traction.
Yeah. There's a guy, I used to have a small sports betting podcast. Not podcast, Instagram.
You a bookie?
No, I'm not.
Can you help me out?
The goal, the name of the Instagram page was SportsBet110, and the goal of the page was like, you know, you see all these people that are just like, oh, you got to drop it down. It's all this big stuff, but like the average person's betting like $5 here, and they don't really get how Vegas is involved. They're just a fan. They're like, oh, the Panthers are playing. They're going to win. I'm going to bet $5. Mm-hmm. So the whole goal of the page was like, and the reason I played off the 110 was like, you know, think entry-level college course, like one level, 100 level. And then the 110 is like, you know, you bet 110 to win 100. So I kind of played on that. And the whole goal was like, I'm just going to pick one winner a day and put it out for free. Yeah. And then just talk sports and shit. And I started out like 7-0. I was like, killing it, and people are starting to follow, and they're like, this kid's on fire, and then like it went way down. So I'd either bet 1 unit, 3 unit, 5 unit at 100, 300, 500. And I wasn't actually at that time making the bets. I was just posting how confident I was in this bet. And so I was tracking my record.
You ain't even betting getting these people to put their own money
well, I started betting. See, this was my way to bet but not bet. Right?
Yeah.
So I was feeling a vice.
Just take other people's money.
Well, it was free. I wasn't making them pay for it. Like, follow me or not. They're like, this dude's picks are trash. Cool, fade me. I don't care. Like, either way, you can win. But I say all that. There was a guy that I started following, and his name was Biggie. And the name of his channel is Cook the Books.
Cook the books. Oh, that's tough.
And
that's
he
tough.
actually just was on like some television show on like CBS, like a reality show. I haven't watched it.
Oh, wow.
Yet. But he just basically made picks every day, and he free again, but like his energy and how charismatic he was, that's kind of what got him started. And, you know, he's up to like 10, 15, 20K followers. I was following him. He's still one of my favorite people to follow. So shout out to Biggie. If he ever sees this, doubt he will. But he started making these spoof videos, you know, like he'll come at baseball theme and he'll like pretend to be the kid's baseball mom in the crowd. And, you know, then he'll just, the shit he was doing, and it's hilarious. So now that he still does his bet stuff, that's how he started.
Yeah. But
it's kind of transitioned into this, you know, he does these little funny clips, and now he's got like over 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
And that's not how he started. You know
it's
what I mean?
opened other doors for him.
And now he's on like some fucking reality TV show.
Yeah.
And all he's doing is just getting on camera every day and just being an idiot. But you know, it started with, I am a degenerate sports bettor, and so I'm going to get on camera and talk about that. And then now that sports gambling's legal, it's not as taboo. Yeah, he just took off, and you know he's killing it, and he's fucking hilarious. If you don't follow Cook the Books, you should. It's
Cook the Books,
yeah, especially if you do a little bit of gambling here and there. But to your point, you know that was a trend that he was like, "Hey, I've got this following, I've got my niche, I've got what I'm doing." But those videos like that started to trend really well, so he was like, "I'm going to take my field and put it into that," and then now he's got over 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
So it's still his themes. To your point, like following a trend and then trying to craft your next song after that.
Yeah.
It's still you, it's still authentic, it's your style. But yeah, you never know, man. I'm more talking to myself as I'm hearing you that I appreciate that look, you know, because I feel like some musicians would be like, "Oh, well, that's like you're just trying to follow a trend to go viral." Right, or this or that.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm making music, but I'm trying, like all it takes is for one of those songs to hit that trend, just kind of like the Frat song did, and that's your opportunity to go viral and get in front of more people, and then you can start putting all your music to them. Now they start, you know, they listen to that one song, now they're on your Apple playlist or Spotify, now they're listening to other songs, and anyway, man, I think that's kind of a cool way of looking at it.
No, for sure. I mean, and too, like that's how I view it too. Like every song I have out right now, I'm like, if it's not quote unquote the one that blows up, that's just more for the catalog for when people do hear the one that blows up for them to catch up on, you know. And I don't know, even like Boss Man D-Lo, Get In With Me.
I don't know.
They know I'm a walking ticket. I don't play to get in the club. We ain't stop without no lights. I'm driving that Bentley Bentayga like I don't love my life. All right, well, he's great. Great. You should definitely tap in. Boss Man D-Lo, shouts out to the man. But like one of his favorite songs that's on my playlist right now is it's called, I think, Same 24. And it's just talking about the same 24 hours. Like we all have the same 24. What you mad at me for getting my bread up? We got the same 24 hours. But he dropped that like in 18 or something. So he just blew up like last year. So, I mean, that's just another example of, his other songs, the ones that got him popping. But like I would have never heard that 24 had I not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we're gonna come back to the music a little bit here. We'll switch gears and do what I like to do every podcast and just kind of go some rapid fire questions based off what you do in the city of Greensboro. So let's see here. Rapid fire.
All right.
Let's
Shoot
see.
them at me.
Let's start with some embarrassing. What's the most embarrassing song still on your playlist?
Be a
not just my music or somebody else's music.
The most embarrassing song. So that's the thing. Like I love music so much, and I love every genre of music. I don't think any of my songs are embarrassing. But maybe one that people would think I'd be embarrassed about. Maybe "Beg Him" by Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
Maybe have really good bed. Will you pick me up? Oh gosh, I love me some Sabrina Carpenter, man. So Sabrina Carpenter, the Honeymoon Phase. But that's just good music in my and like I mean she's a little cute petite blonde pop artist that maybe girls are supposed to like. But I love me some Sabrina Carpenter. But that's not even embarrassing. I don't know. It's a hard question. That's
It should be. Yeah, that's a tough one.
It really is a tough question. I don't
like
think
Miley Cyrus popped in my brain because like when you look at my playlist, it's like da 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 da, and then it's like bangers. And I'm like, that was a sick album. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the older I've gotten, maybe when I was younger, I would have that. Like, you can listen to Miley or Bieber or whatever. Like when Bieber had the
Baby
Bieber. Yeah,
Baby Bieber. Like the song is Baby, right?
Yeah.
That's on my playlist.
Yeah, really? Yeah. I mean, maybe when I was young, I'd be embarrassed, but now I'm gonna look at my recently played playlist and see if I see anything that I would be embarrassed for someone to hear. I mean, maybe no. I'll say maybe a little bit of 6ix9ine because everyone hates 6ix9ine, but his songs are just too hype. I can't help but skip them or not skip them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll just go with Sabrina Carpenter for now. But
that works.
Yeah, I love her. I love her music and everything about her. So
yeah,
nothing to be embarrassed about.
No.
Hi, Sabrina. Hi. Hello. Hey, Sabrina. Hey.
I know you're watching this, and you're just like, man, I really missed out on that fat ginger, but I love my wife. Sorry.
Yeah. I have no wife. No one loves me. So I'm here for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Dream collab.
Ooh, dream collab.
Can be a rapper, producer.
Off the jump, I want to say Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa is my favorite, probably rapper of all time, and making a song with Wiz would just be like a dream come true kind of whole full cycle moment. So, yeah, my first reaction, I would say Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
But I don't think you can name an artist I wouldn't want to make a song with.
Favorite Wiz Khalifa song?
Favorite Wiz Khalifa song is Blindfolds off Taylor Alderdice, his mixtape. They can't see me because the money and the way. Him and Juicy J, great song. Blindfolds.
Okay, Blindfold. I gotta check that. I like Wiz Khalifa, but I haven't gone deep dive on music. Of course, like Black and Yellow. That's a hype song. But,
yeah.
Nice. Oh, Wiz.
Yeah.
Allegedly, do you still enjoy smoking weed here and there?
The legal THCA cannabis that's sold legally here at smoke shops. Yeah, I enjoy that. Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like if you're gonna kick it with Wiz, you gotta.
Yeah, but I will say that senior year in college, I stopped smoking, and I used to smoke every day, constantly. Like when I wake up, go to sleep, before I eat, before I go to sleep, and so I stopped cold turkey. And then when I started smoking again after college, like I had this overwhelming anxiety. Like I never felt anxiety like that, and I couldn't smoke. I couldn't smoke again. Like I can smoke. I smoke a little bit now, but like nothing like I used to. Just because it gets the anxiety I feel sometimes. I'm like, if I get stoned nowadays, it's like it's a 50-50. Either I'm gonna have a great time, or I need to be alone because I can't handle any human interaction because I can't even handle my own thoughts.
I just can't do it, man. I might need a. Like we went out to Colorado and went to a dispensary and bought some gummies and I might eat like half a gummy before bed one night. But I can't tell you the last time I like hit a bowl, hit a bong, hit a joint. It's just puts me down the same road.
Yeah.
I get like short of breath and I'm like, I'm just so high right now. Like this is just not comfortable. Yeah,
it's just aggressively high. And I guess it's the weed they're just like making nowadays. It's like the butt we had in high school, it was fun. Like
swag.
Yeah, I was smoking some dookie weed, but at least I can enjoy myself, Yeah.
Okay, on that note, let's say not really smoking weed anymore. Let's say you get in that collab situation with
Wiz?
A Wiz and you'd have to, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke until I throw up or whatever. I don't know. Until I call 911. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, if Wiz pulls out a Khalifa Kush pre-roll cone, I'm smoking it to the face. I don't care. We'll worry about the repercussions later. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to we were in same Colorado, another Colorado trip. We were at Red Rocks on 420. Went to a music festival, and the headliners were 311 and Redman Method Man. Mm-hmm. And huge fan of all that. And then found some other people. It ended up being I didn't realize it was a festival. I thought we were just going Redman Method Man 311.
Oh yeah.
So we get there and like Long Beach All Stars playing. Some of the guys from Sublime, and then. There was kind of like reggae music, but then hip hop, and like we ended up. I got introduced to Prof that day. I don't know if you listen to any Prof.
Not familiar.
Pretty good rapper. Like got his own style.
Yeah.
And he's on my playlist now with a couple of songs. It's like I just never would have heard of him unless we were there.
Yeah.
But I remember watching Redman and Method Man. They played before 311, and it was great. Like they did an incredible job. and they come out and they're lighting up these fat blunts and they're passing them around into the crowd. And like I remember watching Method Man like go over here in mid song, grab a blunt from somebody in the crowd, just take it, start hitting it, keeps rapping, keeps hitting it, goes to the other side of the stage, and eventually just passes it off to somebody completely different on the other side. And I'm like,
that'd be so
this is
cool.
blowing my mind.
Yeah.
But they that was incredible.
That'd be dope. That'd be
Wu-Tang,
dope.
36 Chambers. That was back then too. Inspector Deck's first verse on Triumph might be my favorite rap verse of all time.
Really?
Yeah. A bomb atomically. You've heard that, right?
I'm not familiar. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck, can we play that song right now?
Is there a way to play it?
1997 though.
Yeah, so I was 1 year old. I was a little baby.
Yeah. You got ODB.
Yeah.
Forever, motherfucker. Inspector Deck. The best rap verse of all time. Philosophies and hypotheses can't define how I be dropping these mockeries, lyrically performed on robberies. Possibly they spotted me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm ashamed. I don't know as much as my rap history as I should. But
That's okay though. 97. You were 1 year old,
I was one. Yeah,
right? And that's the thing. It's like different versions of rap, right?
Yeah,
That dropped in 1997. No, that's cool, man. That's seriously one of my favorite verses of all time. I think somebody like famous in rap, they were asking like blah 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 blah, and he was like, whatever, you hadn't heard Inspector Deck, and they're talking about that verse, but that's just a great song in general. They all have good verse. Every single one of them has a good verse on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dream Collab, Wiz Khalifa. We're talking about Sabrina Carpenter, kind of like maybe a guilty pleasure. It's not really embarrassing, but maybe embarrassing. Trade places with any artist, any genre. Doesn't have to be hip hop or rap. Trade places for a day.
For a day, probably right now today. I would never trade spaces with anyone because I love me. I want to be me. But in this scenario, if I had to choose one person, I probably would choose Morgan Wallen right now today. That man got a chokehold on the world. His music, I love his music.
He's got like what, all the top 18 songs right now, like are all him.
Obviously the women love this man, and they're just like in like the grittiness in his songs, his heartache, and his kind of like his his maybe, I don't know if angst is the right word, but just the toxic energy from just I don't know, just from the relationship stuff. His I don't know, something about his music.
Morgan's killing it.
He's killing it. He's killing it, man. He knows what he's doing, and I feel like
I agree. I don't think I've ever talked to a female that's, if you were like Morgan Wallen, they're like,
they'll go into start ranting.
I won't say the other things that were coming to my mind there, but they're big fans.
Big fans.
That could be a fun 24
he do what he
hours.
wants. He throwing chairs off, fucking the rooftops in Nashville. He don't give a damn. We don't care about that no more. He's passing out drunk, canceling shows. We forgot about that because he's that man. He's him. He's him. So man, shout out Morgan Wallen, man. Yeah.
Okay, same question, but your genre, hip hop, rap.
Right now, dang. That's a good question. Like a part of me wants to say it would be dope to see how Kendrick's life is right now, but I really love Drake too. I love Drake's music just as much. So I wouldn't want to say Kendrick out of respect to Drake, and I wouldn't want to say Drake out of respect to Kendrick. I don't know, maybe being Future for a day. It's being a toxic king for the day, and just going about society and just doing, I don't know, just being all mysterious and I don't know, swaggy and do what he wants to do. I don't know.
Funny story about Future. Buddy of mine lives in Atlanta, and the community he lives in is called Country Club of the South. And Future's house is in the community, I don't know if he's got multiple houses, but one of his houses is in the community. And it's right off the golf course. Yeah. And I've played there, his member guest a bunch of times, been down there. You talk to all the members, and everybody knows it's Future's house. It's like, there's never anybody there. Really? I think the tale is they've seen his mom there one time, but there's just never anybody there. Yeah. But it's Future.
Interesting.
House.
Yeah.
I guess
maybe the man stays on the road. I don't know.
I think Migos lives in there too. There's another I think it's a duo. I'm trying to think of who it is.
Race Rimmer.
I don't know. There's a lot of Braves that live in there. Like Whitney Houston used to live in there. It's a crazy
Dang,
community.
that's a crazy site.
Yeah,
It's a dope neighborhood.
nice. Yeah, it's a good time.
Trick or treating there
Shout
be
out to
lit.
Country Club of the South.
Yeah.
Craziest DM you've received?
Craziest DM I received probably was a titty pic. A girl sent me a titty pic one time.
Did you know her?
Not really. I mean, I think she followed me from listening to the morning show when I was on the morning show on the radio, and she kind of like liked my music a lot and was very supportive, but then got more and more flirtatious with her DMs, and just never really entertained it. And then one day I think she just sent some titty pics, and I was like, wow. And I was talking to this girl at the time, and I was like celebrating. I was like, look, you think you're pretty getting dick pics? I get titty pics too, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the only pretty one here. So that was cool. I think
Did you ever meet up with her after?
No, I don't. I'm trying to think. Did I
you know
reply?
what? We're not going to blow that up.
No, I don't think. Did I like them? Maybe I liked. Maybe I liked it. I either didn't say anything. I hope I did. I don't want to hurt her feelings because they were nice. They were nice boobs. But no, they're very nice titties. They're nice titties. I think I liked the picture, but I don't think I replied because I don't know. It's a little too scary. Don't know what she might do in person. So
Never know. Maybe she's watching this.
Maybe she is.
All she needs to know is like maybe you didn't respond, maybe you liked, but the intention was there, and in your brain you said, "Huh, this is some nice tits."
And I was talking to someone at the time,
Yeah,
so
you were being polite.
I'm a respectful, faithful man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah,
I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, last rapid fire. Finish this sentence.
Okay.
People don't know that
People don't know that I genuinely don't give a single fuck about any negative, condescending, undermining, belittling, hating ass, hoe ass shit you have to say. Genuinely don't. If you're not aware of that, and I know a lot of people say I don't give a fuck or I don't give a rat's ass. Like there's one thing in saying it and one thing in actually living it. And the only reason I'm doing the things I'm doing today and have had the small successes so far in music that I've had, and it's because of truly not caring at all.
I got you.
At all.
Speaking of not caring at all, I think it's a good way. One, thank you for being here, man.
No, thank you, bro.
It's been fun.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You know, look forward to checking out the music more. I was kind of kicking it on the way over here. I don't feel like it would be right to have a hip hop artist on the show and not let you freestyle a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm curious, like, how can we get a beat? Do you need to edit it in, or can we get a beat on the soundboard? Like, what can we do?
You have to give me like 5 minutes to like have him hear a beat.
Okay.
Get my computer set up and all this.
All right. Yeah.
So we'll time out.
Yeah.
All right.
And come back. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, unless you want to like acapella it.
No, that's totally. I would prefer a beat. If we can do a beat, that would be preferable.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got the mics hooked up. They're hot.
Yeah.
About to drop some fire. Before we get into this freestyle, where can folks check your music out?
Wherever you get your music, go to Spotify, Apple Music, Troy Santolla. So it's Troy, you know how to spell Troy, and Santolla, Santolla. The best way to remember that is like a sand dollar that you find at the beach, Sandollar, but Santolla.
Nice.
So yeah, Troy Santolla, all streaming platforms. Bob Ross, the EP is the most recent 4-song EP. I opened for the Baby last weekend, performed Bob Ross, a little 8-minute set. I got a little wig, a whole costume for that. And 8 a.m. in Greensboro, that's also one of the songs on that EP, 8 a.m. in Greensboro, my latest music video. It's a remix to Drake's 8 a.m. in Charlotte. So, yeah, you can go check me out.
The Baby?
Man. Yeah, it was a bunch of independent artists that went before he came on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went on about 6 o'clock, and the Baby didn't go on until about like, I think 9. So there was a gap in between. But yeah, nonetheless, open for him, yeah.
Nice, dude.
And just through DJs, networking, from that I met through the radio station and making relationships and networking, and was able to, blessed enough to be able to have the opportunity. So, yeah.
Well, I got to say, I'm excited about this opportunity because my algorithm likes to throw a lot of freestyles in front of me.
Yeah.
So I'm always watching these and seeing stuff come up, you know, the Harry Max and all these guys that are viral doing freestyles and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's my first freestyle on a podcast. So
Okay.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Well, you know what? If it sucks, we're still putting it out.
It's okay. We're
So-
still putting it out. Yeah, we
Yeah,
suck,
like
we
you
suck.
said, fuck all the haters.
Yeah, fuck
You
them
know
on.
what?
We ball. We go. Let's go.
All right.
Let's see here.
Are we still rolling? We good? All right.
Mac Double.
Behind the gate on the podcast, we behind the gate. No, I'm not on time, but I am worth the wait. Yeah, give me time. Yeah, goodness sakes, have some patience with me, bitch, cause I'm about to blow. If you don't know my name, I'ma let you know. Get it in every day, put it in my heart, soul, blood, sweat, tears. It's realer than it appears. Disappear in the gulf, make the race. And I pull up every day and I praise God that I'm alive another day. Gotta get in each and every single way. Dirty money, clean money, where'd I get it from? Don't say. Getting money in every day, yeah. Sipping on some Bombay, sipping on some alcohol, sipping on tequila. We smoking this reefer. I fuck her, don't need her. And skirt, I skirting out the parking lot. And I'm working lot. And we fucking on the thoughts. Did it once, then you were just an afterthought. Give a fuck about your thoughts, about your noise, about your boys, man. I'm with my dogs and we got water like Blastoise, water on my neck. I feel no stress. And your bitch is laying on my chest. And she open up her dress and I slide inside. Give a fuck about you if you not with mine. If you ain't with mine, boy, you can kick rocks. About to go like a spaceship. Take off, go to the stars. Can't stop, I am what I'm hopping off the beat. Man, I'm off beat a little bit. It's okay a little bit. I'ma jump right back on it. I'm haunted, I'm hooked on it like phonics. Going real hard, man. Yeah, diamonds cold like onyx. Onyx at the strip club. Yeah, we show big love. Yeah, the women smile. Yeah, when we pull up. Not yet. I'm broke right now, but it's okay cause I'm focused on right now. The dreams, the vision, the money, the mission. I listen to God, that's my intuition, yeah. No, I can't deny it. Yeah, some days I wake up and I feel like I'm flying. Other days I wake up and I feel real low. But nonetheless, I keep pushing through cause we all go. We go through the ups and downs, go through the lows of life. But you gotta push through it, gotta go and shake the dice. Yeah, you gotta gamble, you gotta take your chances in this world. Cause you only got one life to live, do it. Do the best you can.
I just all I could think about was like when you went skirt. I wanted to be. But what about that yeet though?
Yeet. Oh,
What
yeah,
about that
yeet.
yeet?
Hold on, yeet.
Drip, splash. Shout out to T. Shao and
Yeah,
Pete
boy.
Davidson. Yeah, but you were in that Yo Gabba Gabba though, right? Sorry,
Yeah,
that's
shout
like
out to
one of my favorite SNLs. Anyway, man, had a blast having you on.
Yeah.
Appreciate you doing that. I know that's stressful. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you did great. And like,
Yeah.
anybody else got anything to say? Like you said, fuck
Yeah,
it, dude.
yeah.
Troy, appreciate you being on episode 19, Behind the Gate. Y'all check out his music. Local guy. Peace.
Peace, love, and blessings.